Today we'll be discussing about the latest episode of Omkoka. Today, the episode starts with Mthembu's wife crying and yelling at Fakatwayo, asking why Gabisile didn't confess her crime in front of her by her own, and why she snatched her husband away. After that, Mamzob packing bags to escape from there, and Gabisile standing beside her and asking questions, and Mamzob asks her not to question much. Now we see Mvelase and his mother talking in a room, and his mother regretting about her husband's demise, and Mvelase says, "That's why I didn't tell you." Hearing this, his mother gets shocked, thinking how her son didn't tell all this, even though he knew everything. Scene shifts again, and Fakatwayo is seen coming home drunk, and Gabisile opens the door. Fakatwayo enters and gets lied down on bed and falls asleep. Scene shifts where Gabisile wakes up from sleep and sees a nightmare where she sees a rope hanging on her ceiling. On the next scene, we see Mamzob comes with breakfast for Fakatwayo and tries to wake him up. Fakatwayo wakes up, but he remains lied down and doesn't get up. On the next scene, we see Mvelase besitted taking his baby boy on his lap, and at the same time his mother appears there and asks him to call the council members and expose how Mthembu died. She warns him that if he didn't call the councils, then she would call them to expose the truth. Mvelase was silent. On the next scene, Mabusi and Gabisile are seen talking, and Mabusi asks Gabisile why she did all this, and Gabisile starts to cry and apologize. Then she shares Mabusi about the dream she had this morning, and at this Mabusi stops her and tells her not to think all this as she is pregnant. Mamzob appears there. Seeing her, Mabusi says, "You disgust me, Mamzob," and leaves from there. Now we see here Mabusi talking to her mother about Nokubonga, who was bewitched by someone and blocked to never have a baby, was actually blocked by Mamzob, and at this her mother gets shocked, because she thought all her life Mthembu was the one who was doing all this, and then thanks Mabusi for informing her and cries. Scene shifts to Fakatwayo and tells Gabisile and his wife that he visited the Mthembus and told them how his daughter and wife conspired to kill Mthembu, and now they'll take action, hearing that Mamzob tells him to help them, but Fakatwayo refuses to help them, saying it's too late. Now we see Mvelase on a room with the council members, and his mother appears there and reveals all the truth behind Mthembu's death and seeks for justice from the council, and when Mvelase tries to stop her and talk to her, she angrily leaves the room. Scene shifts, and Mthien enters his house with a shocked and exhausted face. He wasn't being able to walk properly. His wife rushed to him and made him sit and asks her son Lwazi to bring water. When they ask him what happened, he tells them Gabisile and her mother killed Mthembu. But Lwazi was shocked, and he couldn't believe it, and all of them got into shock. Mvelase and Mabusa were seen talking to each other about how Mvelase's mother influenced the councillor to take action against Fakatwayo's family. Then Mabusi says her granddad knew all this, and she feels someone else may know about this from before, and she wants to find out who it is, but Mvelase doesn't allow her to do that. Mabusi's mother comes at Mamzob's house aggressively and shouts at her for how evil she was to conspire things and make her daughter lose her child, and tells her she'll take proper actions again. Mamzob doesn't pay any heed to her words and get inside house, saying, "Get out of my house."